guys. This is just two guys.
Really? Just two guys.
Yeah.
It's just the two of us. Just the two of us.
Please
You
don't
know that
sing.
song?
No, don't sing.
But you know the song?
I know the song.
All right, that's all like me.
Don't sing.
I will sing it.
Good.
It's been a while. Actually, it has been a while. We were here last week and we're here again this week.
Yeah.
All right?
Consistency.
I know you guys did not trust us. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
I actually hope there are people who out there who don't trust us.
Yeah.
That
That means that at least they know us. Because if you do trust us, then you know. Anyways, it's good to be back.
Yeah.
Today's gonna be a little bit of a different episode. We've been giving you guys life. We've been serving life on a platter. Today we're serving something else. All right. Right.
We're just talking, just in general, things that have crossed our minds. Mostly sports.
Yeah.
Yes, on the sports side.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey, it's sports and life, so will always be sports and life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today's gonna be like a little bit of a wrap up of the last few weeks.
Yeah,
Use the word.
a few weeks.
And things that we're looking forward to going forward. Yeah. We're not gonna talk about the AFCON because we didn't win, but it was a great ride for the boys. Now that we are back, we're gonna start with the Joshua knockout. Because it was a laugh fire. Not gonna lie, I was scared for my brother. Going into the fight.
Pre-match, I felt that I actually gave a slight edge. It's just a slight edge to Ngannou because of how he fought, majorly because of how he fought Tyson, right? And I thought like if he could drag Tyson down, and in fact, like some people feel he beat Tyson. Fine, it was a draw, but
What does it mean that a draw? Doesn't it draw?
okay, they gave it to Tyson, but many people, based on the scorecard, gave it to Ngannou. So I was like, hey, Ngannou, Francis would at least give.
No, you thought he was gonna win. Okay, it's okay.
No. Like
It's
I
okay.
said I gave a slight edge,
It's okay.
but Tony
Take
is
your
still
hair.
Tony's still the
Take
the
your hair
boxer.
like Francis.
Are you speaking? Let me speak
like
for
Francis.
you speak for yourself. I speak for myself. I don't know. So I gave Ngannou the slight edge, but I definitely thought like it would go to the mile and then we'll see what will happen. But clearly it did not go that way.
Yes.
So
I did not give anybody a mark. I was just scared for Joshua. Not because
why were you scared for him then?
because he has more to lose. Because in the heavyweight
Why? If you
division,
felt he was so sure to win,
I didn't say
then
he
what?
was sure to win. I
So,
just didn't pick Ngannou to win. I didn't give anybody
didn't
slight
say I gave
advantage. Well, I have
But-
always the most important thing that I've learned in the heavyweight division is that when people are that big and that strong, right? All it takes is a punch. All right? That's all it takes. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a long time. All it takes is a punch. So Ngannou came up against when Ngannou fought Fury. He put up a great fight. However, everybody will tell you if Fury can't bully you physically, Fury doesn't have punching power. It doesn't have knockout power. A lot of people will like, but he knocked out Deontay Wilder. Yes, but that was it. Firstly, it was a technical knockout. Wilder was never like lying flat on the floor, and Two, what do I call it? He was bigger than Wilder, like way bigger than Wilder. So he bullied Wilder with his weight. He lied on him. He grabbed him. He put all of his weight on Wilder. So Wilder was just stamina. It was just out. Okay, that doesn't mean that he didn't win the fight or the tech, but he doesn't have
because
that
I'm
punching
I'm
power.
about to ask you, are you saying Tyson is not a good boxer?
Oh no, it's a great box. It's the best heavyweight boxer in the world. He doesn't have knockout power. There's a difference between being a great boxer and having knockout power.
No, but my point
Mayweather is one of the greatest boxers of all time. He doesn't have knockout power. He used to when he was younger, but doesn't have
So
it.
if the greatest, if the person you consider to be the greatest boxer of all time was dragged out till the end of the round by someone who is not a professional boxer,
Yeah.
isn't it not okay that he's then giving credit like, you know what, Ngannou is not just your like at least he's not just your average person
Oh
because
no, I never said Ngannou was average. I just said in the heavyweight division, right? When we're talking about real power, like everybody has power. Joshua might not have the same amount of power as Deontay Wilder, who I will say is the benchmark for this new age heavyweight title. Like in terms of one punch can knock you out flat. But Joshua has power. Like Joshua used to be a knockout artist before he experienced a knockout himself, and he realized that this world is not all about knockout. He fell in love with the sweet boxing. With the sweet science of boxing. But after a while, when your babalawo are speaking to the right babalawos, I'm just saying now, when you're no longer scared of being knocked out because you've already lost several times. I know you have already lost twice now, 3 times if I'm right. So when you have already lost and you are over that fear of losing,
I think
you
what I
are
would
actually
say
able to like go back and be
on
yourself.
this one, if Anthony Joshua had lost this fight,
Yeah,
that's the end.
I wouldn't say
Yeah,
anything.
that's if he had lost to Ngannou.
I don't think so.
Nah,
I will tell
I
you
don't
why.
think there'll be any comment.
I will tell you why. It's solely because of what happened with Fury. You get my point? It's solely because of what happened with Fury. If Fury had embarrassed Ngannou and then Joshua had lost to Ngannou, then it would have been over.
No, I
But
don't
people
think
would
I
be
don't
like-
think Ngannou would have even gotten a
Because
chance.
let us look at it now. Let's look at it.
But
now.
I hear you.
Let's
They
look at-
dragged it out.
Right now, Fury is the one getting dragged. For,
Yeah.
for-
Because now he's getting dragged
Yeah.
because
But
he
if it
fell.
was the other way around, dude just saw Ngannou is just the best boxer alive.
Maybe he's the best boxer.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's how it would have worked out. But I'm glad that it worked out the way it worked out.
Yeah,
Ngannou
and
will-
if you've been under a rock or you're not a sport person, but you just like us, Anthony Joshua knocked out Francis Ngannou in the second round.
Yeah, it was one.
Yeah, I put him to sleep.
Yeah, it was. And Ngannou came out and did like that. It didn't even hurt. It was just gone. And that's how you know that he was knocked out.
He was knocked
Just-
out. He was put to
He
sleep.
didn't feel it. He didn't feel it. That's just disconnection.
he may not even like acknowledge it, but
But no,
like,
he actually did.
no. What
Oh,
I'm
you
trying
made
to
the
say
point.
is that like he probably was not awake until maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes after. Everything else he was doing that time
Yeah, it was just
autopilot.
autopilot. Yeah.
It was just autopilot, but he was gone.
But it
Man,
was at least they got paid. They got paid.
yeah.
50 and 20.
So yeah,
Ngannou-
like
Ngannou doesn't have to fight
for his-
anymore for the rest of his life.
Yeah. He if it's about money, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's made enough money for at least the next generation.
I feel like he has to fight. For me, I would like him to fight Jones. I don't know how the fight will happen.
But
I don't think the fight will happen. But
Yeah.
if there was a fight that could happen, I would like him to fight.
that's you mean going back to
John
MMA
Jones. I didn't say go back. A fight.
as in
It won't
boxing
allow
match?
not a boxing match.
So what-
He can fight. It doesn't just have to be on the MMA card.
That's why I said MMA now, not UFC.
Oh, okay.
MMA
Yeah,
is
yeah.
yeah.
But I don't think that fight will happen because UFC will not release Jones to fight that, and they will not agree because UFC is just
Yeah, it's a money.
no, they just takes. I said it.
It's for money now.
It's not even about money. It's just
What
a-
is it?
Yeah, I promise you, it's not even about because they will make money.
No. That's my point. They will
will
make
make
money,
money.
but they will not give the money to the fighters.
No, not even that. It's not about making money for him anymore. For that, for what's his name?
Dana White.
For Dana White, he just won't allow the fight to happen because he doesn't like Ngannou. He doesn't want to reward people leaving.
Okay, I get what you mean.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's not personal.
It's not
because
personal.
Ngannou left.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, man, like it's all about if the contract with John Jones, let's say for example, I'm
No,
not.
John
I'm
Jones
just-
is not going anywhere.
No, chill.
Yes,
If the
he has had too many issues. So, like,
for them that they've kept bringing him back.
They've
So
kept
there's
him.
some
So there's no
loyalty involved.
like if you go and you go do something else, they will just throw you under the bus wherever you're going. So like it needs to be there.
Okay, so you're saying
And
that
I'm sure that
are you saying that
and they treated him
they know
better
his
than-
skeletons,
they treated
they
him
know
better.
his secrets?
yeah, they treated him better than they treated Ngannou. Like he's loved.
No,
them.
definitely.
They've given him more
definitely.
money.
Yeah,
So he's loved them.
Ngannou.
And it doesn't. I don't think Joshua and I said Joshua and Bones has any desire to do like crossover fights.
He's an
You get
MMA
my
guy.
point? He's an MMA guy. He wants to hurt people. He doesn't.
But you are. I've never considered that. But you are right. Like that may actually, if for whatever reason,
Yeah.
John Jones and even Ngannou decide to have a boxing match,
Yeah.
it will make money.
No, it can't be a boxing match. It has to be an MMA fight. It can't be a boxing match because like why?
But
Why?
no. This is another question.
If I'm
Do you think MMA fights can make the money
They
that
do. They do
boxing
actually.
fight?
They really do. Like the pay-per-view. Okay, so the MMA format is slightly different from the boxing format, right? Boxing for a fight, right? In boxing, you see self-promotion.
Yeah, no,
You
yeah.
get my point, right? So it's a matter of like people. It's a matter of
How
people get to
far are
know
you
your
going to go?
personality more.
Like, for example, it's like I don't know if you've heard about this guy. What's his name? The Mexican guy. I think he's American anyway, but Latino heritage. There's this fight, and he's just
Canelo.
been no, no, not Canelo. I can't remember the names, but this guy, and he's just been putting himself in the news.
Yeah.
Their fight is coming up, and
Oh,
he's
Garcia.
Garcia, yeah, and
Yeah.
he's like
I was gonna get to him.
he's doing everything to just get his name out there
No. Garcia already has his name out there. Garcia has.
for boxing
He was,
fans.
yeah, but
But
Garcia
now
was.
he has crossed over from boxing into
No,
regular.
I actually just think he's sick. He actually has an issue. It has nothing to do with. He actually just has an issue because Garcia is somebody that before Garcia even started boxing like professionally, girls already loved him,
Yeah,
and his Instagram was so people already hated him. Like average boxing fans already knew him because he used to pop a lot on social media, right? So they hated that fact about him and they wanted him to lose. You know, when you go and watch people just to for when you go to an arena just to see him lose, so a lot of people just went there waiting for him to lose. Whereas the girls bought and they stayed because he was a fine boy and but now he seems to be dealing with some issues, which is really unfortunate. And we I pray for him for him to recover because whatever is going on about it's not looking good, and he's having a major fight coming up with somebody he has already fought with in the amateur level. Like they all grew up together in the same space, so that person kind of knows your tendencies and stuff.
he better win with all this thing.
I don't think he's doing it. I don't think because he doesn't need to do it. It's not. That's not how you make money in boxing. How you make
No,
money
you
is
make
boxing
money.
and you
No,
become
wait.
it's one of two
You
ways.
make money if people come and watch you.
No, you make money if people, for two reasons, for two ways. And this guy figured it out. What's his name? Mayweather. It's two ways. You can either go the Joshua route or you can go the Mayweather route. You can't be in the middle. No matter like that's where Fury is. Fury is in the middle. Fury is so great, but nobody really wants to see him get beaten, and nobody really cares because when he wins, you get my point.
No, I hear you. He's
Yes.
not hated enough for people to want him to fall, and he's not spectacular enough for him to be attractive.
Like he doesn't build.
He's not a Mike Tyson.
That's like Joshua is the perfect mix of both. Like in terms of like not in terms of hatred,
He's not hated.
he's loved in terms of love. But he also has the reason. One of the reasons why he's loved is because he's a knockout artist. You gotta firstly when you're growing up, right?
He's so attractive. That kind of helps too. He has like a
Yeah, but that was
That
like
helps.
yeah, it does help. No, I'm not gonna deny that it doesn't help. But it's like it's the way it came up, right? It came up by
he
being
has
a
like
knockout
another
artist,
girl-
but
yeah.
also he was connecting with a lot of he built up his fan base properly.
No, I hear you.
And
He's on
that's
social media.
Whereas Mayweather was like, I'm just gonna be somebody loud enough that not loud enough, but hated
the
enough.
villain, the heel.
Exactly, like you're gonna, and it works. If it works in wrestling, it can work in it can work in boxing. But this mentally ill aspect doesn't work. It's more people are concerned for you than anything else. So I don't think he's faking it.
Okay.
I just hope it's okay.
I hope he's faking it.
I hope it's okay. I don't.
I hope he's faking it. I think
I
that
hope he's not faking it, and I hope he's not faking it in terms of like. I hope if he's really having issues, he should deal with the issues. But if he's faking it, that's a bigger concern for me because like
why you fake this way?
why it's not that like you are already a bigger. Remember when he fought what's his name Tank?
Yeah.
Like he was people.
No, but
People are talking
again-
about whoever wins is gonna. But even
but
if you
this-
lose, it's still fine because he fought somebody else and it was
No,
back to.
but this is the point. You are into boxing.
Yeah.
Right? The aim Mayweather he transcended from being a boxing person
Yeah.
to sports.
Yeah.
And even life.
Yeah.
Right? To make that transition, you have to kind of do something. Right? Okay, fine. This may not be the way to do it, but what he's doing
Yeah.
is making him make that transition, whether for good or for bad. But he's making like how there's no bad news,
Publicity.
there's no bad publicity. So he is.
I would say this.
Now, is it going to be like will this help him stay at that level?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna say is that
But
because
is it getting him there?
the person is trying to fight, right? is already a champion, right?
Yeah.
So you can easily sell it. And they do not exactly love each other. It's not like there's mutual. It's not like when they go to the press conference, they're like,
No, no,
I
I
respect him
heard you.
so
That's
much.
why they do the
Like they
whole.
already, no, I don't even think they like each other. And
No,
it's
no,
fine.
no, they don't
They
like
don't have
it.
to like each
At
other.
least I've listened
But
to a
for my
couple. I've
thing,
listened to 2 interviews,
yeah,
two of them,
for my
and it's
thing,
because there's like old stuff
yeah,
that
it's
they
this new
fought.
generation of like people kind of like grow up together type of a way. Like they've all met it during the amateur level. They've all fought each other at amateur level to some degree. And it's like when they now establishing themselves, that they're trying to create clarity, like in terms of like who is the best now. You might have beaten me when we were younger, but I'm
I'm
not
not
the
the same
person I used to
person.
be.
Yeah, I'm not
Exactly.
the
I'm a
same person.
champion now. And to be fair, Devin Hayes is like for where he is now, he's the guy. Whereas the what's his name?
Yes, sir.
Garcia is still trying to figure out he's not figure out who he is, but he's trying to get to where that guy is in a way.
Anyway, we will see who win.
Yeah, yeah.
So in conclusion, okay, not in conclusion.
To
What
be
do you
fair,
want
we
to
still
say?
have the Tyson and the box and
The
the
Mike
Mike
Tyson,
Tyson and
which kind of the topic of which is similar to Ngannou again. Okay, I don't even know because okay, Jake Paul is not. I think he's working hard to become a boxer. I don't know if we can call him a boxer now.
no, I don't think it's for me. I wouldn't put like it's working
But
out to
then
become a
again,
boxer.
if he's a boxer,
Yeah,
he won't be fighting Mike Tyson because that's just wrong.
exactly.
So that just answers. I
And
think that answers
and
the question.
I remember I
If
was
you're a
actually
boxer, you wouldn't fight Mike Tyson.
I
No
remember
boxer is fighting Mike Tyson.
yeah no I remember I had this
No
discussion.
current fighting boxer is what I mean. Unless an old boxer is fighting Mike Tyson. Oh well and good. If Holyfield decides to fight Mike Tyson, sharp.
No,
Because
that's
they are both.
pointless.
But my point is they are both old. But you fighting Mike Tyson just shows you are not a boxer.
I,
You are
would,
not a professional boxer.
yeah, I will put
You
it
may
this.
be fighting professionally, but you are not a professional boxer.
All right, you let me talk now. Keep interrupting. I was having this discussion with somebody who's very much into boxing the other day. I think it was Friday last week, and he was talking about how like we were talking about at what age is the right age. Like what age is I stand from by myself. Like, but if by the age of 14 you're not into boxing, you cannot really achieve much in boxing. And that's the truth. Like you need to have started boxing at a young age because the most important thing in boxing is for me, the most important thing for me, excluding talent, is you need to have an extensive amateur background
Okay.
before you become a pro.
But if you
And
then
that's
turn
what
pro maybe at
that's
25,
what
is that okay?
that's what that you see now we're having the discussion of like because Lomachenko before he turned pro, he had like over 400 amateur fights. And Lomachenko who has been fighting since he was a kid. His dad even sent him to do dancing so that he can learn footwork and everything.
Yeah.
But he didn't get into boxing until like when he was like almost close to 30. But within his first five fights, he was already a world champion. He was he's the fastest to in terms of like career fights to get to professional fights to get to world champion. But that's because he already had so much like he was already so good. You got a point. They had over 400 amateur wins. The other guy, another guy also had like over 300. They are all champions. That was one of the things that Joshua lacked. And Joshua was learning on the job because Joshua joined boxing, I think, at the age of 16. So he didn't have an extensive amateur background. He went to Olympics, but he never really fought. He doesn't have, I don't think he had out to 100 amateur fights, which is like already, that means that when you're like, you, in amateur, right, when you get knocked out, you have to lose. Everybody loses in amateur. It's not possible for you to win throughout. So you're already dealing with losses.
You know how to deal with
Exactly.
it because you've
You know how to do
experienced.
with when somebody
You have
rocks you.
experience with
When somebody rocks you, like you know how to deal with it, like in terms of like, okay, what do I do if my legs are gone? Because it's not the first time. If you fight over 400 fights, somebody will even with Ed Gardner, somebody will rock you to the point where you a
Yeah,
couple
you
of
say
times
that.
you will know like how to maneuver yourself around the ring before you regain your leg. You get my point, right?
You're
You
just
will know-
experienced.
Exactly, like you will know what to do with
You've
it.
faced so many scenarios
Exactly.
that nothing
So-
is in quotes new to you.
Yeah, but so we went and we looked at this list, right? And we saw like a couple of people after they started boxing. Some guys started at the age of 24. Some people started at the age of 27.
When you
Boxing
say
like
starting,
start,
that's just the first time they
not the most
Not
important they got into
amateur.
the ring. Like that's when they started like
Okay.
taking boxing serious. Some guys started in jail at 24.
Yeah.
And the idea is like, although these are like old news, and even Tinu was on there, Anthony Davis was on there. But the idea is like,
Anthony Davis.
sorry, Anthony Joshua was on the list. But the idea is, and they became world champion. That was the criteria for like the success of like how successful will you be.
Yeah.
If this guy really wanted to take boxing seriously, right? With regardless of when he started, he could have already been working his way towards fighting professionals. You get my point, right? He could have. He doesn't necessarily. Nobody's saying you will become a world champion, but
That's what he says he wants. Anyway.
it's not. It's not. It's never gonna happen. Like you can't. Your aim can't be world champion if you are fighting a 60-year-old guy. It's not going to work. He's 57. That's 60. You are closer to 60 than you are to 50. It's over, my guy. Move on. So
no. But to be fair, like not to be fair, just to be honest, like the fact that he's fighting Mike Tyson just answers the question: are you a professional fighter or not?
He's not. But he's somebody who I feel like he has put in effort. So
like why not?
If the fight is not going to be pointless, I'm not particularly happy with the fact that they're going to be using Ed. I'm happy in terms of safety reasons, but it's not exciting to me. It's not exciting to me. I will watch just because
it basically just sounds like,
and it's on Netflix, so
it's just it's like a money thing.
It is a money thing, but it's like, an interesting money
just
thing.
Like I don't want to use the word it's what exaggerated or just a overblown amateur fight.
It is an overblown amateur fight.
That's just what it is.
But it's okay. It's okay.
But hey, man, people will watch. Mike Tyson is still that, like at the end, he still has that.
No,
and I'm not saying he's a fighter. I'm saying he has that allure.
There's
always that's.
I will give you.
I don't think the world has ever seen anybody like Mike Tyson. That time when he was.
Yeah.
The man was putting people to sleep without even. Sometimes he never even touch them.
It will definitely be interesting because also with the addition of the head guard,
maybe Tyson people will be free to
cut loose, to throw like more
punches because they know that at least there will be damage.
Yeah, but still, I don't know. We will see how it works.
We'll see.
I feel like if there's nothing speculated, if there's no like hard speculations in the contract, it might be interesting. If they're allowed to go 100%, it might be interesting. If they are allowed to, I'm not sure if they would, but if they're allowed to, then that might make it interesting, right?
They better
because
go 100%.
The idea is like
because I feel like if this fight
is
a Blair or Delulu, it's like then everybody it won't do this anymore.
Because the idea of the situation is like
it won't get people anymore.
Jake Paul's last couple of fights, nobody has given.
Nobody's checking.
Nobody has scared. So
if it wasn't Mike Tyson, if it was another celebrity,
it wouldn't really hit.
It wouldn't hit. So they better they need to do something. If not, if it's just a money grab and then they just go and they are both just doing.
That would be very.
This would be the end of Jake Paul.
Yeah, that would be
he'll make a lot of money.
Be a glorious end. Like financially.
Like it's a big bang.
Yeah.
It's that.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to talk about football?
Yeah, I do. I want to talk about, and then we end up with the NBA. So I want to talk about my Mavericks as always. But I want to talk about. But
why do you want to do that?
Don't worry about myself. Don't worry about my future. All right. But today we're talking about Arsenal. All right. Okay. I remember. Will you still laugh when I mention my team now? Right. Quarterfinals of the Champions League. Are we listening? All right. First on the table. All right. With 10 games left of the season. All right. Okay. We are winning both. Like I said, here first. We are winning both.
Okay, like I said the last time, it's good that Arsenal is not Arsenaling.
There's no reason for that. Inter.
Yes.
Inter.
Definitely. Especially with that first leg, because that game could have been over from the first leg.
Yes,
it was so sad.
Yes, it could have.
But yeah, Inter, that's true. But yeah, you said you see yourself winning 2 trophies.
Oh, why not?
I don't.
Why not?
And I think this is a bet I'll probably win, but not because I want to win. But
no. Be patient. So, let me explain that.
It's your wish.
Let me explain that. I wish we win both. Yeah. I don't think we will win both. I think we are more likely to win Champions League than to win Premier League. But I would like to win Premier League. No. It's not that it says a lot. It's about
actually says a lot.
About what?
The fact that you think it is easier to win the Champions League than
no
Premier League. Is that what you're saying?
To be fair, let me put it this way, right? The reason why I think it's easier for Arsenal is because of like who we are going to be facing in the Premier League.
Who are you? You don't know who you're going to face.
No, as in like in terms of like this, all of these teams, right, are top of the crop. They're not sit back and defend type of teams.
Oh, so you feel like, let's use a boxing analogy. If Arsenal goes into a what they call a brawler fight,
Yeah.
where both parties are punching,
Yeah.
Arsenal is capable of
Like
beating
if
everybody.
not capable of beating everybody. I just feel like I prefer my chances than if you are facing Porto every weekend.
No, but that's not fair. You're making it seem like Porto defended.
No, they did. They did. They did.
It's first leg
They
they did.
defended. No, they did also. They defended by. They didn't defend by sitting back. There's a different. Like they defended by using a mid block.
Okay.
A mid block is kind of like banks of the way you set up. You get my point, right? They were not exactly like they were
didn't
not
give you
attacking us.
space.
They didn't run at us like crazy. Like they had players like they had moments where they will use their right winger to run and then cross into the box. You get my point, right? But it wasn't like going like they didn't fully open up.
But apart from maybe your Man City and maybe to a lesser extent Bayern,
Yeah.
other teams in Europe are kind of having like that.
No.
Atletico Madrid will do the same.
Atletico Madrid will do
not
the same. Yes.
Even Real Madrid will do the same.
Not really. Real Madrid we
Real
not
Madrid
sit
look
back.
for moments.
Real Madrid will not sit
They are
like
a moments team.
they are a moments team. I agree, but they're not a 90%. We're gonna hold back and not like you got like if you look at the way they played against City, right? Last year, they were not exact. They defended. You got my point, right? But they couldn't do that. It's not like City didn't have any way of like. City just didn't take their chances. If you look at it, Arsenal is more similar to City. And Real Madrid is more similar to Porto. Yes, I agree. Not in terms of like status, in terms of like style of play.
I'm not always talking about status. What? But okay. Please don't do that. Don't like. Why would you do that?
In terms of what?
Like, why say status? We don't
No,
status.
yes, but the way some people will look at it and be like, oh no, you said Porto and Real Madrid are the same.
Well, you
You
mean
get my point.
style of play?
Style of play in terms of like who is
It's
more
just
willing.
I think the difference,
You will see-
the big difference between let's say Porto and Real Madrid is that
They just have better players.
Porto have moments,
Yeah.
but they may
But
not snatch it.
if you look at it,
Madrid will snatch those moments.
Yes,
They
but-
will snatch it from you.
they will snatch it. But let's look at it, man. Madrid also in the game that they call it in the game that they played to get to the round of 8, right? They were not exactly very. In fact, if you look at any of that game, they should have lost both of them.
No, that's
they
not,
were poor.
See. Madrid, if there's one thing like Madrid do just enough.
No,
They're
they
not
didn't
gonna
do enough.
No.
I watched the
They
game.
didn't do enough to win, so they were
didn't do
lucky
enough.
to win. Is
They
that what
were
you're saying?
lucky. I promise you, they were lucky.
That's going too far. They were not
I'm not kidding.
lucky.
They were lucky. Did you watch any of the games? Be honest.
Yes, I did.
You watched the first one or the second one?
Second one.
The second one, and you're telling me that they were not lucky to win that game.
This is see, I did not have any watching the match. I didn't have any doubt that Madrid would.
It's not about doubt. It's about.
And I'm not saying this because they have better players. It's the game was going the way they wanted.
No.
Like yesterday, look, I'm an Inter fan, right?
Do you know
Did
time
you
they have to
watch-
play the ball off their line just in that game alone? Like they did not.
They didn't look.
Do you see how bad the other team's finishing was?
Yes.
Like they had 2 chances and they scored. It was that simple. I'm serious. It was that simple.
Like
Can I ask you a question? If we
just
reverse it,
seemed-
let us
it
reverse.
just seemed like in control.
Let us
even though
They were not in
that's why I
control.
said it seemed like
They
I
were
didn't
not in
think
control.
it,
They were not in control. In
You
my
will
opinion,
agree to this.
in my opinion,
Sorry.
if those guys had a smidget of, if they are strikers, not those guys, because those guys played well.
There are too many
If they are
things,
strikers,
there are too many things.
no, if their strikers had a smidget of composure, like it's not even it was a rap. Like the guy that what's his name? I forgot his name. That played for Leipzig. It's Openda. That was his name. If Openda had taken any of his chances, I'm not even. It's the same thing with Inter and Atletico, right? Inter had so many chances in their first game, right? They scored one, but if Inter had taken just an extra one, do you think Atletico will be true today?
I would not. Now, the Leipzig Madrid, I don't think is similar to Atletico Inter.
In terms of chances taken, not in terms of like gameplay or anything.
No, I'm not talking of game. I'm talking of we are talking about
Inter had more chances.
we are talking
in that
about
first half.
see
In
we
that
are
first
talking
half.
about I'm not gameplay but nature of game.
Yeah.
The first leg,
Yeah.
Inter dominated Atletico. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say Leipzig dominated Madrid at any point.
No, in terms, if
Do you
you
get
look
what
at,
I'm saying?
let me
Do you,
rephrase.
that's my own point.
In terms of chances, they did.
In terms of what chances
Chances
created,
created,
they
they
created a lot of chances,
They
but I
did.
won't say dominated. But in
did.
the first Inter Atletico,
Yes.
that's the domination was annoying. Because did you know the most annoying part of that game is that even the goal that Inter scored almost was not a goal.
Yes.
Almost for a game that was so. Anyway,
It's all about conclusion. It's all about conclusion. That's just the end of it.
it's okay.
Yeah, it's all about
It's okay.
conclusion.
At the end, it happens.
But
Inter.
This will be the last time the Champions League will be in this format.
Yeah,
Let me explain. Let me explain. So the Champions League from next season, we have more teams.
Yeah.
All right. It will be in a league format. But in that league format, there will be a pot A, pot B, and pot C.
Pot A and pot B. Pot A will never face teams in pot A will never
No,
face each
they will face each other. They will face each other. So pot A will face. So it will be there will be more clashes between top teams. But the trick here will be in terms of how they qualify. So depending on where you finish, if you finish within the top, I think 8, you are qualified to the round of 16, which is the round of 16 is what we just saw, right?
Yeah.
But if you are within the round of 16, if you qualify within the 16 mark, right, then you get to play an extra game with the guys at the bottom, which are the guys like who finished within you get what? So there will be an extra game in between, and then they will now resume the regular 16 format up onwards. But it's going to be really cool. I'm excited about it. The biggest issue,
I feel like it was done to just favor the big teams.
not necessarily big teams, because there's no big team favoring. They still have to qualify. It's not like they have permanent position. The biggest issue with it is that it affects, because now if more big teams are playing each other, it might affect like league, like the how much people care about the league. But to be fair, it's
It's midweek now. So
it might be midweek, but the idea is like people just wouldn't care about league football.
I still think people will still care about league football.
Not
Because I still feel
it's not going to stop here. You do know that, right? Like this is just a stop.
I know this was their way. This is their counter to that Super League thing.
Yeah, but it's a stopgap. It's not going to stop here. It's just like what it is right now. But it's not.
I still don't think it will mess up with league play because, like, for example, the Man City rivalry. It's going to take a lot. At least it's going to take a very long time before they get to that kind of. Okay, I get you. You know what I mean. Like, it's not.
I don't get
it's not a true rivalry, but they don't like each other.
Because you should have used Liverpool and Man U. But anyway, it's besides the point.
Liverpool and Man U.
Yeah, that's a true rivalry. It reminds me of the Lakers and the Celtics.
That one gone.
That one is a better rivalry.
We can use City and Liverpool.
No, City and Liverpool is a managerial rivalry, and it's not really fair because one has only won once. Am I lying?
How many has Man U won against Liverpool? The best
Lot.
is a good draws.
Because they are both tied for the same amount of trophies.
I get that before. That's Man U's old.
Yeah,
that was achieved. Like when Man U got to 30, Liverpool just had one. How many? And then, maybe not one. But Liverpool just has caught up based on this past. Like
no. In terms of Liverpool hasn't caught up in terms of Premier League trophies. They caught up in terms of overall. Man U has caught. I think Man U has caught up in terms of general league trophy, not even in terms of overall trophies. Because I think Liverpool still has the.
So Liverpool had the lead. Then Man U caught up.
Yes.
Then Man U passed. And then
I don't think they passed. I don't think they've passed. But anyways, that's one of a rivalry. Now moving on to the NBA. Just know Arsenal is winning both. But moving on to the NBA, I'm excited about the playoffs. And I still think Denver is going to win it all. I think Denver is the best team in the league. But if anybody can stop them, I think it's the Mavs.
The what?
The Mavs. You heard me. I said what I said. I ain't scared of nobody. All right. Who are you putting on? OKC. OKC is too young and they are too small. Jokic is going to beat them up. Okay.
And
Who else is that?
It's the Mavs.
Yeah, the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves are not going to do it. They don't have shot creation. They are poor. They are very good defensive.
Like all this analysis,
They are very good defensive.
all this analysis you are doing,
They are very. I will get there.
Will you do
I
it for
will
your
get there.
Mavericks?
I will get there.
Just in case you
I
don't know,
will
he
get
is
there.
a fan of the Mavericks.
I will get there.
Actually,
Don't
are you a
rush.
fan of the Mavericks or
Don't
just
rush.
a fan of Doncic?
Don't rush. It doesn't matter. Don't rush. Anyways, the Timberwolves, very good team, but very good defensive team. They have a star player, all right, who is still young, all right, who can still
Anthony Edwards.
who can take
I think
he can take
okay,
over in terms
I
of
think
like scoring,
For
but
those who
not
don't
in terms
know
of like
too much about the NBA,
yeah.
NBA is one of those team sports where one person can like have like a
massive
huge impact
on winning and losing.
Like
Yeah.
unlike maybe other sports.
Unlike other team sports.
Team sports.
Unlike
team
other
sports.
sports. Yeah.
One person can change.
Yeah. I will say this.
So
The Timberwolves have a star player, but he's still too young. In terms of like one of the things you need when you from your star player is not only scoring. You need somebody to create
look
their
at
best
Doncic
shot.
old.
He's 24. No, in terms of like no, listen. In terms of like when you want your best player to
Because
be
you're
to create,
making it like an age thing.
be patient. Will you listen and then respond? All right, don't just pick one thing.
Listen.
All right, you need your best player to create in the playoffs. When you get to the playoffs, right? When you get to the end of the game, it's usually quite tight. That was realistic.
Yeah, of course. That's why it's the playoffs.
All right, whatever.
There's no pushovers.
Guys, don't worry about this nonsense. All right, all right.
Am I
when you
wrong
get to
in what I
the-
said?
Why are you saying it like that?
Like how?
Anyways, when you get to the playoffs, there's less scoring,
No
massive
pushovers.
scoring.
Yeah.
All right. So now
You can scheme. Like it's not you. You
Yes.
can scheme for
particular
the
players
yeah,
and particular
oh,
teams.
yes.
So now
We're
when
on
it
the
gets
same
to the
page.
end of the game, right? It's all about who can create the best shots. That means it's not only about your best player scoring. It's not about your best player creating the best shot for the team. So let's say your best players has been tied down. So if I am Denver, right? I will have Anthony. I will have this guy.
I want to ask you a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Now, the Mavericks.
We are not getting there yet. We will get to the Mavericks. The next person on the list is the Clippers. Now, the Clippers are a great
Now,
team.
that's
The Clippers is a good
Now,
team.
that's the team.
But I do not believe that they will win. I
No,
will tell you
I
what.
think that they're the big. I agree with you about Denver, but I feel like the Clippers is the team that can. Like if
No,
the Clippers
it's not going to happen. Kawhi is already injured. It's not going to happen. So
Till when?
it doesn't matter. He's already injured. We both know what's to come. Even if he doesn't injured, right? They've lost that momentum. Like, I think I don't trust. What's his name? I don't trust James Harden in the playoffs. It
But
doesn't
the way their team is built,
It doesn't matter.
He doesn't need to carry like a lot.
My guy, did you remember when he was on the court with KD against the Nets versus Brooklyn, Nets versus the
No, he
Bucks?
was injured.
He was injured, but that man did nothing to help that brother.
No,
The most that brother did.
See, I am not a James Harden fan. Like,
Yes.
In terms of
Was he injured last time?
For the 76ers,
Yeah.
there was load on him because there was load on him. There was.
He was the second option.
Yeah. He's not the second
He
option.
was bad.
He's not the second
He's third option. So you're not, even if you didn't see, but for the third option, he's the most important part of the team.
But like he doesn't need.
He's the one that creates for them.
He doesn't need to score.
All right, we shall see.
No.
We shall
The
see.
problem is when it's
The other
score.
situation is I don't trust the
cannot
Clippers.
score.
Injuries is too much. Now we're moving on to the Kings. The Kings, they can't.
Kings.
Yeah.
Not yet.
The Kings can't do nothing. They can't defend. We're moving on to the Pelicans. The Pelicans are good. I like the Pelicans. I really do. But they're not as strong as. It's the same issue when it comes to shot creation. When you are when you are still young, right? And you don't have in NBA, right? We have a guy. We have what we call a superstar. We have stars. We have superstars. We have stars, right? The Pelicans have stars. They don't have a superstar. This guy hasn't become a superstar yet. Zion. So when you get to the playoffs, right? When you develop a scheme to slow down Zion, the Pelicans are done. Moving on. Then we now get to we get to the Suns. Now we are talking. Now I believe the Suns can do something. They will not win. They can't win Denver. It's not gonna happen. Like you think it's not gonna happen. Let's move on from that one. But we're not moving on from the team. I'm going to explain the issues of the team, right?
Okay.
Firstly, I don't trust them to be fit.
I'm actually just interested in just your maths theory.
Be patient. I don't trust them to be fit. All right, that's the record.
They're just
One.
the
Two,
record of injury.
they're a jump shot team. Jump shot is great. when you have one person making jump shots and you have people that can score by the basket. But if your whole offense is based on jump shot, it means that some nights you will win. You will take 1 or 2 games, but you can't win in a physical series all of your by jump shots. You get my point? In the first 2 games, you might be able to bring something, but they will wear you down.
It's hard for if a team decides to be physical with you.
Exactly.
It's going to be hard.
And in the playoffs, it's all about physicality. You get my point, right?
Games.
Because by the time you get to that to the 4th or 5th games, right? Your jump shot will need your legs for jump shooting, right? And by the time you get there, your legs are gone. So we're moving on. Now we are getting to the Mavericks. All right, my team. Let me explain why. We have 2 guys who are great shot creations at the what they call it in half court, in the half court. By half court we mean like it's not transition. It's like you're not running. It's when the defense is set, do we have somebody that can break down the defense? Yes, we do. We have 2 of those brothers. All right, very good guys. We have centers now who we can throw at Jokic. Right, they're not going to stop him. Let me finish. They're not going to stop him. But
what are they going to do to him? What?
They're going to let him. They're going to have to be pass. It's going to pass more than score. Yes. Be patient. Be patient. It doesn't mean that they will be successful. But
you just said they will pass more than they will.
But yes, they will
pass more than they will score.
He will still.
But he will still average. He can average 30 even.
He can, but he won't. We both know he won't average 30.
Jokic the Mavs.
Yes.
Why?
Because Jokic, to beat the Mavs, yeah, you don't need one person to score a lot of points. You need your whole team to beat the Mavs. The Mavs are not a great defensive team. I will admit it. That is our flaws. That is our biggest flaw. We're not a great defensive team.
Definitely have a high triple-double.
But in terms of offense, we are the best offensive team in the Western Conference. I'm telling you right now. Forget about Denver. We can we have Luka. All right. So
okay, this is
the Lakers can't do nothing. They've proven it. They will just never will just the game will get close there and never will just win. The Lakers are Golden State is too small.
The Lakers
Golden State are too small
or consistently inconsistent.
Yes. Now we go to the Eastern Conference, right? There's only one thing to mention from there. Okay, maybe two. Okay, three. And I will say this now. We have the Heat, we have the Bucks, and we have the Clippers.
The Clippers?
I'm sorry, we have the Celtics, which is the main team, right?
If Embiid comes back,
you're not doing shit. I can put everything I want on it. It's not going to do nothing. It doesn't matter. It's not going to do nothing. All right? Would you put anything that you want on Embiid to do something? No. Exactly. Embiid is not that guy.
Just ask the question.
Embiid is a regular season MVP guy. In the playoffs, he's like every other regular guy. All right. Now, you remember when I said the Timberwolves cannot create shots down the line, eh? Like when the game gets tight, eh? The Celtics are even worse in that situation, and worse not in terms of they can't score. No, they can score, but worse in the sense that they don't have somebody who can consistently create shots for them.
What I would say is, the thing is this: the Celtics can, they are so, I don't know how to put it. They're a team that they can be a 9 one night and they can be a 4 the other nights. That's
but it's down to their jump shooting. So it's whether their shot is going in or not. Yeah, that's the only thing.
They are too, in my opinion, they are just 2-3 dependent.
Yes. And it will work. They will
when it works, it works.
Yes.
But when it doesn't work,
they don't have that game. There's no. And here's the trick, right? Their star player, who is supposed to be their guy, is not that guy. He's not that guy. How you take Jalen Brunson over him? That's just not Jalen Brunson. I meant Jalen Brown. I will take Brown over him. In terms of in the team, Brown at least tries to get to the paint more than him. That's the reality of the situation. He settles for shots too much, and he has this moment where he's just like
I don't know. You're not saying anything.
That's the point. He just disappears. He just stops. He stops being aggressive. Okay. One thing you can say about Luka, you can say that Luka holds on to the ball too much and whatever, but Luka will score. Luka will create shots. Tatum will just
sometimes
it's
okay. No, it feels like sometimes it feels like the moment is just
it's too big for him. And it's like, why? You are like seven. You have the body of a Greek god.
About to say it was 7 foot. I was like,
It's
it's not 7 foot.
yes, 7 foot reach, whatever. But he can jump, he can shoot,
Yeah, he has all the
he
physical
can dribble.
attributes.
Exactly. What is holding you back?
The
It's
mental.
just mental, and it's not that guy. When you're not that guy, you're not that guy. It's
I
okay.
feel like he can still be that guy,
It's just not this season.
but he's not.
It's not this season.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know, but he
Maybe
doesn't.
I feel like
doesn't have.
I feel like
He
this
doesn't have
team has
the
made it
bar
worse.
of talent.
I think this team has made it worse. The team is too
The
good.
coach.
It might feel like it might not have a, you know, when you have never been given an opportunity to work with scraps. He has never worked with scraps. The Celtics has always been good. You got a point, right? The Celtics has
So
always
you
been
feel
good.
like him working with scraps will give him that mentality?
Maybe we give him a sense of responsibility. Because right now, I don't feel like if this team will win, even if it scores 0 points, it's the truth. Come on. I'm not saying they will win in the playoffs. I'm not saying they will win a championship. But in the regular season,
can win
and in some games in the playoffs, they will win without him needing to break a sweat. But that's how good the team is the most talented team in the NBA.
So basically, you are just saying like it's Denver's turn.
Denver's.
Like
Yeah.
it's Denver's competition to lose.
Yeah.
Like if they lose,
I will say this though,
there's
if Denver don't make it out
What about
of
the
the
Mavs?
if Denver don't make it out of the West, I mean, if Denver don't make it's West, right? Yeah. If
Yeah.
Denver don't make it out of the West, right? The Celtics will be very happy.
So okay. So you say Denver in the West, and who are you giving in the East?
The Celtics. I don't. Damian Lillard might be if he shows up in the playoffs. I do believe that they can beat the Celtics.
Okay.
But it's just I don't know if he will show up because the idea of the situation is you can stop Giannis.
For me,
But you can't
for
stop
me,
Giannis and Damian Lillard.
I feel like they've actually taken a step back with Doc Rivers. Like
They've gotten
this is
better
it.
recently.
No, let's say they were moving at 99 kilometers per hour before.
Yeah.
When he came, they moved to 75.
Yeah.
And now they are 85. They are not still where they were
Okay.
before.
I will say this.
But to be fair,
Yeah.
he just came, so it's
Yeah.
okay to give. Like it's okay. Like he still has things to implement.
I will say
and all
this.
that, So
This is a crazy stat. Whenever Dame has shot from the floor, 50% in a game.
That's a very high number.
50%, not from 3. I'm not like
No, I know.
It's not that high. Look at those 50% a game every time. But the point is, if he shoots, that means if he takes 20 shots and he scores 10,
Yeah.
right? They have never lost.
Yes.
So is it out of the range of possibility for him to shoot 50 in the playoffs? No. And if he does it, I feel like
The thing is Luka. Why Luka is? I'm not trying to say this to belittle Luka.
Oh.
Luka shoots some crazy threes more often, but he's still close to the rim. Like
Yeah, he gets to
to. If you are close to the rim, your probability is higher.
But
Damian Lillard is
Dave also
long
gets to
range.
the rim. He also gets to the rim.
He's
He gets to the
he's
rim.
more long range than he's not your dancer. He's not. Luka's thing is he dances in the lane.
No, Lucas thing is physical.
Yeah,
Lucas is big and strong, and nobody can stand in front of him.
no, they can't time him. They
Yeah.
can't figure him out.
Yes.
So he goes in and then
But Dame also has pace more than Luka, and he can also jump. I will put money on
pace
I will
thing.
put money on Dame dunking than Luka.
it's not a dunk thing. It's not a lace thing. Luka will not win any physical attributes
Yes.
competition.
Yes.
It's he knows he just
Yes. So yeah.
Anyway, guys,
I still put if I have to put money, I'll probably put money on Denver. Definitely.
yeah.
Because Jokic is not like when it gets to the fourth quarter,
time,
you know,
you
5 minutes left.
You know,
in the game.
unless the game is the distance like the wide,
yeah.
and that never really happens
in the playoffs. Yeah.
So,
It's rare. Like maybe it will happen in one game in the series.
yeah,
But it won't happen
It won't happen 4 times.
4 times.
bro.
And when you get to
Yeah,
that
I
crunch
guess-
moment,
And
it's
of
over.
course, like knocking on wood and all that, injuries.
Yeah.
That's why we're not praying for me.
because
I don't want.
look at Jokic and Murray. That two man, and then if you add this guy to it, what's his name?
that junior.
Gordon. If you add Gordon to it,
Yeah.
like that thing.
No, it's a-
Jokic should just like throw up a shot and Gordon will just be
No,
there.
for me, I
cashing it.
think the underrated part of Jokic for me is not that he's a scorer or he makes assists, is that he knows the right thing to do at the right time.
Oh yeah.
That for me.
But also the team is perfectly built around it. That team is perfect.
Yeah. Like,
That
and
team is
Jokic
perfect.
knows what, like, this is what we need at the moment.
That team is disgustingly perfect. they maximize everybody's strengths.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on this episode.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, it was a sport episode. It was a sport episode. We will be back next week with non-sport episodes. Maybe we tell you a bit of like our stories. Maybe we share some stories. I am involved in a wedding now. This is what grown-ups do now, guys. And yeah, they're asking us to pick wedding songs. So if you have a spell, I'm gonna go look for wedding songs now.
Why are they giving you guys the
No,
options
they
to
just
pick
like
songs?
they try to make
Why?
us feel like we're part of the
Yes, it
part
should
of
be
the
them. It's their day. You guys are just
No, I think you have
tools in the hands
one
of the
song you
creator.
can dance into for the reception. There's a particular part of the reception where the grooms and
There's any, no matter the song, will it
I'm just going to go Google Ed Sheeran because I know that he has a lot of wedding songs. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the episode.
Yeah.
We'll do more
John
of
Lennon
this.
also has a nice song.
I wish
for that wedding song, isn't it?
Yeah, don't worry. Go for Shake Your Booty.
Imagine if I put
Do Sexy Red.
Never mind.